Welcome back to the channel. In the last video, we spent 100 days terraforming a mushroom island into this beautiful island I am on right now, as well as this tree. All of this to put a steampunk style city on it for a factory that has a very important purpose, which we will get to later. So, after 100 days of terraforming, our next part that we have to do is planning out houses and where the factory will go, and a river and some paths. So we have this beautiful terraformed land, island, whatever you want to call it, and that beautiful tree. But now, if I go into spectator mode, it kind of looks plain and boring. And of course, the houses and factory will make it better. But I want to have a huge river that goes through the city. I think that would be really cool. So I'm going to plan that out. Then we need to plan the houses out, so when we do terraforming like trees and paths, we won't get in the way of any future buildings. And of course, where the factory is going to go, which is right here for certain reasons, which I'll talk about later. I have clearly worked a lot off camera. Actually, wasn't too hard. Most of the materials I had already. To get a lot of materials for this build, though. These are for trees, for the path, and we got stuff for the river, and stuff for planning out where everything will go. But first, before I get into the video, thank you guys so much for the support. Here are a bunch of comments from my YouTube videos, and there's so many on my TikTok that I can't even show them all. The support's been crazy. We've reached like 40 subs almost in only like 5 videos posted, which is crazy. I want this to be my full-time job, so I put a lot of effort into these videos, so I'd really appreciate if you guys subscribe, if you like the content, of course. And if you want to be in the videos, let me know down below what name you want, a mob head and an armor stand, color leather armor for it, and I'll put the armor stand in the world. And back in the mega base, you can already see we have a lot of people, and we're going to fill up this base as well as some other bases with community members. So shout out to everyone who's already here from TikTok and YouTube. We have another person to add to the collection, but he's going to be the first person going into the new base. But unfortunately, we are 16,000 blocks away from our new island here in our mega base. Go check out my previous videos to see me build this. So let's go in the nether and look at our beautiful nether hub, which is probably not complete. And let's take a little joyride. And we have arrived with some friends, apparently. 2,000 blocks in another, but if we go into the overworld, you can see it is 16,000 blocks away. So, until we have the factory built, we will put this man just right here. And actually the armor stand's in here. And until we can move you, you will stay here, and I think we'll keep the name tag, and I think we'll have to name tag you when you get placed. But, now that we've done that, let's get on to the first part, which is going to be doing the river, because this is going to be massive, so I'm going to plan this out first. And moss sucks to mine. I don't think it's faster even with like a hoe or a shovel. I think it's just... Okay. No, it's like the same. Okay. I'm using my hand. Alright. Enjoy the time up to the start of the video. Done, and the amount of moss on the ground is insane. I don't even think I'm gonna try to pick it all up because this is just a crazy amount. I didn't think the river was gonna be this big. I think I messed up the outline. Oh well, time to keep going. I'm back. I know how we are going to build the river. Let's go in here. Let's grab one of my spare shulker boxes and let's fill it up with all of this stuff that we do not need. And we need that. We will need that. So let's take our first shulker box of mud and get to work. Chewy's here, everybody. Hi, Chewy. But I did find the solution. Is this another one? Oh my gosh! What is going on? This is the weirdest thing ever. Is there like a new update that makes them like not rare in hard mode? All right. Well, they're also insanely easy to defeat. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to do with you guys. I did bring extra leads and another pole. I maybe it's this is so weird. There's only 4 of you guys. I don't know why I grabbed 5. Well, I now have 8. I have 10. I have 10 of you guys lying around. So now I really don't know what to do with you guys. Let me know in the comments down below. Oh my, that is so weird. I'm gonna go sleep, but geez, that is weird, man. That is weird. So what I'm going to do is we're gonna have to start from the bottom. So I'll basically go in the middle and kind of bridge up to this, but I want to see how low I want this to go. So if we have it here, I need my shovel out, and then I think one more, yeah, one more down would be nice, and then that will be the bottom of this river, and then I'll add deep slate in the end. Yeah, I think that's a cool little. Just goes 1 down, 2 down, 1 down, and then across a couple, and then it'll be the same on that side. A lot of curves and edges, so it's gonna look a little weird, but I'm just gonna create like one big line kind of, and then I'll connect it up when I'm done. You guys have already seen a time-lapse this video of me doing it, so I'll show a shorter time-lapse of me getting half of it done. I will see you guys in a second. I don't want to do too many time-lapses, of course, though, so... Alrighty, and a couple days later, we are officially out of all of the mud I brought. Ready to see the progress. 3, 2, 1. That is the progress. We actually got a lot done. Like, it looks like a lot. I had a lot of detail on the side. And we will be adding the deep slate after all the mud is done, but we still have a lot to go. It gets shorter here, but like this is, oh, yeah. I would like to say we're halfway, but realistically, we are not. So I think we need to get even more shulkers of mud, which is so much fun. So let's go get some mud. And after ruining an entire mangrove swamp, we have some mud that we can work with. Also, I've never seen this, but this arrow is like stuck on the shulker box, but if I break it, it will like damage me. That's so weird. I've never seen that before. That's really cool. But anyways, back to building the river. I'll see you guys in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and before we go any further, as I'm filling this in, I want to show you guys the 2 different options for river. So this is what it looks like. Now, this is just because of the texture pack of, like, Minecraft. It's called... What's it called? I forget what it's called, but it's, like, the Minecraft one by Mojang. So it kind of sucks with the mud, because you can kind of see, and it looks empty. I think it looks much better with the deep slate, and I even added basalt as well, and even though it's raining. I think that looks good. I wish it was a little bit darker. I wish the water wasn't so see-through, but I think if I added, like, I think I'll have trees and houses. I think it's okay. I like it. I think you can see through it, but there's texture clearly running through the whole river, and there will be stuff on the side, and you're not looking really at it. You're just looking at, like, the whole river itself. Like, the fact that there's this huge river once the rain disappears. So I think it looks good. So it's time to sponge this place up so we can turn it into that. And, well, yeah, I'm gonna do the whole river like this. So I'll see you guys in a little bit once we finally have this done. And as we stand on top of our beautiful tree, we are done the river. And I actually had a little fun with it on its own. Look how good that looks with the houses. It just adds an extra bit of detail. Like, we won't even see it. It'll be covered by, like, trees and houses and factories, but it looks really good. So there's a couple things I did. First of all, I did I added fish. That's very important to know. I added cod, salmon, tropical fish, and 2 nautiluses, but I think they're gone now. So obviously we kept the deep slate and basalt. I did that on the floor as well, and then added some like rocks in between, which I think looks really, really good throughout the whole river. I think a lot of the fish, I added them all down here. I was hoping they'd swim up, but I think a lot of them stayed over here. Yeah. And one of the nautiluses, I think, jumped off the waterfall. So, yeah, you can't really see them at night. And by the way, we got 2 wandering traders. Here's the waterfall. There's the nautilus. He's stuck. I added a bit of a thing down there, but I was thinking maybe I'll upgrade it eventually and make it look a bit cooler. I just don't have an idea of what to do because I don't know what like animated waterfall to do on Bedrock, you know, and stuff like that. Do you have anything good? But obviously it looks really, really good. But also over here, I added another special little treat to this river to make it a little more realistic, I guess, in a way, even though it's not at all. I added a slow decline of how shallow it is. So it's very deep over there, and then it gets really shallow. So you start to be able to walk kind of on the side of it, and little spots where there's some rocks available. But then once you get over here, it's literally like you can stand in the river and be fine. And then there's like, it's just completely shallow. And then over there, there's no water at all. Now, I was playing around with like having rocks around. It looks bad right now, but once I have trees and paths, it'll look good. So just don't mind those right now. And then of course, I also added snails because, I mean, well, why wouldn't you want snails? They look a little big for snails, but you know, deal with it, man. We got some snails. How cool is that? But yeah, so it's very obviously shallow here and it gets deeper as you go. And I think that looks really, really good. So you can kind of walk in here, chill with the snails, of course. And yeah, this looks really good. I am very happy with this river. If you look at the day count, this took me a while. When I say a while, I mean this took like the literal life out of my soul. But yeah, it's done now. So that's nice. It's done. It's done. I'm so happy that it's finally done. We can start planning out the houses. Yeah, let's go. So we're going to do that next. I'm going to grab some stone. I'm going to take a break first of all because I've been doing this over the course of like probably 4 days now. It has actually taken me, it's taken me so long to finish this because it's just repeating the same block. It's been very annoying. But now that we're done, I'm going to take a break, go eat, go chill, come back in a day or 2, and start working on planning out the houses with stone, planning out where stuff will go, adding some trees, and making this place look even better. And I am back after taking a break from Minecraft for a little bit because that took the life out of me. But we have a lot more shulkers, or we will have a lot more shulkers. So this is all the materials I've used so far in this build. I've actually destroyed the ones we used for the river, and I've added some new ones. And I went back to my base when I was collecting all these blocks, and I got even more deep slate, so that's nice. We need all of these different blocks and items for the houses we are going to make. So I need to go on a huge mine trip and collect them. But before we do that, I'm going to take some stone, and I'm just going to roughly plan out where I want all of the houses and stuff to go. So let's do that because I'd rather do that. That's way more fun than mining. And look how much materials we need to get. The brick will be easy to granite, but like the copper and like the deep slate and the tough is just going to be annoying. So let's get to the fun part of this build. Okay, so I'm just thinking right now, we're definitely going to have something here. I'll mark out the factory first because that's going to be the biggest thing. I don't know how big it's going to be, but I can do a square that we won't like go in. So we know that like, hey, don't build anything here because this is roughly where the factory will go. And I'm thinking it's going to be pretty big. I think we need to pretty much use this entire, like, all the way over to, I think here would be big enough, roughly. And let's just go one more block out to the... Okay. And yeah, that seems like a decent amount. So let's connect those now. Okay, and yeah, I think, I actually think it should be longer because we have 2 farms going in this one. Okay, and yeah, that seems long enough. Okay, so we have our main focal point of this entire build, the factory. The entrance will be on either side here instead of like a long way. I think that would look cool if the entrance was like here. And we want to keep that in mind where the entrance is. The entrance is here. We want the houses to kind of follow along a path like that. So okay, and that's obviously not the whole city, but I think that's enough to get started and see how we like this. So factory goes here. That line is just for nothing. Then over here, we have a circle of houses. So they will all be facing this middle area. That's why there's not another house there. And there'll be like a tree, you know, there, and you know, some other stuff in the middle. But like all these houses will face there. Like they'll be bigger. These squares are just outlining where I want them, but they will be bigger than this and better and more beautifuler. That's a word. So they'll sit here, and then there will be like a stairs or something up here, and then because this is a factory, these will kind of be like more factory-like houses or stuff, and they're all also facing the middle area here. That's why there's one here, and they'll be away from here into the factory. So this is kind of like a factory zone, even though it's on like a beautiful land. There's going to be factories because, well, that's better than nature is factories. And then once we have done this in the next episode, we will start working on the rest of it if we like this. Might have even done. We'll see how much we get done this episode. It is time to go resource mining. We have so much to do. So much to do. Like, an insane amount to do. And I don't want to do any of it. See you guys in a bit. And all the shulkers have been placed down. We have gathered all the materials. Now, for some, we didn't really need to gather much. I just kind of put with whatever I had in the base, or, you know, farmed a little bit of it and then kind of let it be. But then some other things, you know, you got to go hardcore for. Now, the brick actually wasn't too hard because one round of trading with my villagers gets me half a shulker, so it just took a while, but it's just trading over and over again, so it's very easy. Of course, the copper, super easy as well from the child chambers, so pretty easy to get all this stuff. Deep slate, just mining deep slate. You guys know that. Cobble, andesite, easy, had that already. Some cobwebs, bunch of pale oak, and then the tough, again, from the child chambers. And this was also from trading. Yeah, that's a lot. I traded from this, but then I think I also went digging. It is very easy to get them. I thought it was harder. But, yeah, we have it all, which means we can start building. Now, it's already like a 20-minute video, so I think I'm going to build one singular house, and then the video will be over. But then, on the next video, we'll build the rest of the houses and the factory, and the next episodes will be fun, because there's no material gathering. It's just having fun and building. I am so due for that. Okay, and I just got done the back part of the house, and I want to show you guys something. As I'm building this, look how important shading can be in a build. Like, that's a huge difference. That is a huge difference to go from this to this without shading. Of course, I have the bottom part not in yet, but, like, that is a huge difference. I'm really liking the shading work I'm doing. I'm very happy with this, so I'm going to keep going. And waking up from that night's sleep, I think we are done. The build. Now, you might notice this is taking me a while. It's just because it's my first house. I swear. It's a new style. No spoilers. I've never built steampunk before. Completely new style, so I'm trying to get it really right. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. I like it. I don't know if I like the vines yet. But, dude, I like it. I like it a lot. You got the shadows. Like, you got the... Oh... I like this. This feels a little plain. I feel like I can do something here. But dude, this looks good. Wow. I like this. For the first house, you know what? Is he stuck on the cobwebs? Oh, come on, man. I'm not using campfires, by the way, because they're going to be way too laggy if I put them on every house. So we're going to use cobwebs, which apparently is a problem for our guest here, who still doesn't have a name. I should probably name him. I like this. Should I do something here, though? I'll think about that. But for the first house, I like it. I think we have started this city off pretty well with this build. I like this a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching the second episode of this custom biome city, all that. I think it looks really good. Any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. Oh, I'm so glad with this. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, turn notifications on for more videos and episodes coming your way. Like the next one, which after this video goes up, I will start working on. So, thank you guys so much for watching. It looks great. Oh, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.